Okay, so this particular person, this is good. I like the full tuition scholarship. That's good. I like the research assistant. I don't know what the student attorney is. I don't think that's necessary. I don't know that having pro bono hours on there is necessary, but you certainly could talk about that. Let's see, German commitment to diversity award certificate, maybe. Black Law Students Association, put that on there if you want. That's fine. Dean's List 2013. I would take the Dean's List off because if it's only one year, that actually doesn't look that great because it shows that you were only doing really well one year. I don't know, unless a commitment to diversity recipient is something that's a really an important award there, I tend to remove that. I don't know how necessary it is. So I would think about that. It may be something that I don't know what the reward is about. So it may be something that is important, but as a general rule, I wouldn't give it too much weight unless it's something that's important, just like the Dean's List. I don't like it many times when people put on things that may not be that relevant. Here, there's a couple things that I would be careful about with your resume. I don't know that a certificate in commercial and corporate law, I don't know what that means. So I would take that off. The problem is when you start putting all this stuff on here, you start going in different directions. And so you have this research assistant actually in family law, then immigration, then corporate law. So you have three different branches of law on there. And that's okay. But what it looks like is you don't know what you want to do yet. Now, you're certainly not expected to know what you should be doing yet. But I would be very careful. I would also take, you have BA in International Affairs, BA in German on 2 lines. I would put this just BA in International Affairs, double BA and just put it on 2 lines to save space. And I'm going to talk about this, and I'm not trying to offend anyone here, but I would be very careful about anytime you start using different colors and so forth on your resume, it's just not a good idea. It shows that you can't color between the lines. I found out once that I got rejected from a college because I wanted to write more than the space they gave me. So I actually crossed through a line with a whiteout and typed over it, which shows you can't be managed. And anything that you try to make yourself look unique can be taken sometimes out of context, and would work on that. And so I would try to be very careful about using different colors. Just because you're a law clerk at a law firm, it sounds like you did a lot of stuff there, but I don't know even where this is really showing. There's no consistency to any of this. So it doesn't look like it looks like here you are doing kind of tax related and legislative work so this person's done just a lot of different things, but now they're actually a law clerk at an awesome firm. This is a very good firm. So I would maybe put that there, and I don't know that you need to do that. And then I would do this, and then I would do this. This is how I would handle it. I'm not saying I'm doing the right thing. And then I would do this, and then maybe this, and then this is cool. The refugee caseworker, I like that. And these are non-legal jobs. Yeah, these are non-legal jobs. So you could do something along that line, non-legal jobs, or something like that if you want. So that's how I would handle that. I will say, and then everything's in black and white. And then and you don't need to count the numbers of cases. No one's going to know what that means. And so this resume has a lot of stuff about diversity and LGBTQ and all this stuff. And that's perfectly, that stuff is all definitely in demand. And I work very hard to find diverse attorneys, and law firms want diverse attorneys, but you need to be careful sometimes about making that come through too much, because you want the value to be in your achievements outside of the diversity. And diversity, by the way, is extremely important. 80% of Biden's cabinet is diverse. So it's something that law firms really want. But at the same time, how you go about advertising that and bringing attention to that is up to you. But I recommend a lot of times being very careful about it. Most of the time, especially if you're in law school, you don't need to tell firms that you're a member of an ethnic group association. The law firms will actually communicate that to the employers if you're doing on-campus interviewing and so forth. So this resume, you can see we took it from being a very long one to a very short one. Some people do want to advertise all this stuff on their resumes, and that's up to you. My experience, and this is in 20 years of doing this is anytime you start putting a lot of stuff about diversity on your resume, it actually ends up hurting you. So sometimes less is better. And I don't know why it hurts. I don't know that maybe people resent it that are reviewing your resume that aren't diverse, that it's going to help you. I don't know. But you have to be very careful about that. And just as people want to hire diverse people, they want to hire them because they want diversity, but they don't want, it's not like they want to bring it out in the open, like we're hiring you because you're diverse. They want people to feel like you're getting hired because of their background and their skills. And this is actually a very skilled attorney that clearly wants to practice law, has had great experience, is interested in the subject matter, did this before law school and so forth. And you can see how we made this so much shorter. And I hope this person gets a position. If they were out of school, I certainly would represent them. But you can see too how we cleaned up the resume. This is what it looks like now. And then all the changes that we did before, it was like 3 pages. You want to be very careful. And anybody that has questions about this stuff too, I will answer them. And this is obviously going to be not a short webinar. And I'm glad everyone's sticking around because there's a lot of good information. And I will look at your resume today.